It is a few minutes past 10 in the morning and already the heat from the sun is without mercy. The scorching sun calls for some water to refresh parched throats every few meters. Adibo is a village in Yendi with more than 4,000 inhabitants, highly welcoming yet unable to retain those who wish to stay due to its water problems. My journey here took me to the home of 50-year-old Hawa Musa, who welcomed me warmly and accepted my request to help prepare breakfast. As we cooked, I noticed her bucket of water was unclean, and she explained why. A visit to the dam corroborated everything Hawa said. The water was very unclean, brownish and muddy. In fact, it could not be called water, but it is exactly what the residents in Adibo depend on to refresh their parched throat, cook with, bathe with and wash with. The assemblyman for the Adibo Yendi municipality, Yakubu Fuseni, rode through the dam to quench his thirst. Yakubu Fuseni explained he and the people have resigned themselves from drinking the polluted water because all efforts to have authorities to do something about Adibo's lack of potable water have fallen on rocky ears.
It's not good for me because water is not a level. So if somebody can help that to dig the correct ones for Adibo.
He said humans and animals defecate and urinate in the water, but the people are left with no choice but to depend on the dam as it remains the only source of water for them. Adibo had boreholes, but almost all have broken down after almost 20 years of use. The rest break down frequently, even after repair due to high pressure of demand. Majority of the residents are thus forced to rely on the dirty dam in the area for their daily chores, which they share with animals. Residents who live in this community say they will have to walk miles to fetch water, and that this one that used to serve as a source of drinking water to them is broken down and is making it difficult for them to access water in their community. 20-year-old Husseini Rahman has made carton water into a business. He rides far into neighboring towns on his motor king with several gallons to collect water for own sale to those who can afford in Adibo.
We are selling a gallon of water 40 pesos because we don't have water in this community.
Without money, the people go back to the dirty dump water. But there are some like Dora Nana and her friend who cannot afford Husseini's services and trek 3 kilometers to neighboring community just to get clean water.
We don't have water. We are even from the far away in fetching water.
According to Dora, during the rainy season, women of Adibo do not have much trouble searching for water as the streams are usually filled to the brim. But as the rains depart and the dry season is ushered in, the streams begin to dry up and residents begin to wander from community to community in search of water. Even though the northern region is known for its perennial water crisis, particularly during dry season, the situation at Adibo has become dire. Because back to the house of Hawa Musa, she uses the dirty dump water in preparing sobolo and sells it to the residents. Apart from the health implications of the water crisis, the economic burden it comes with leaves the women penniless, as is narrated by Hawa, who says some women sell their farm produce and spend all the money to access water. Sustainable Development Goal 6, SDG 6, talks about availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all, and Adibo cannot be left out. For GH1 News, Godwin Asediba.